smartest film critic in the world, Cole Smithey.
Hi, this is Cole Smithey with ColeSmithy.com and your guide to what to see and what to avoid at the movies this week. In this episode, I'll be giving my predictions for the 2013 Oscars. Ah, the glorious flaws of democracy. As a film critic, I learned long ago to give up any sense of personal investment in the conclusions drawn by Academy Award voters about the most deserving participants in the seventh arts. As in every other year, the 85th annual list of Oscar nominations includes its list of clunkers, Beast of the Southern Wild, glaring omissions, The Turin Horse, Killing Them Softly, and Rust and Bone are nowhere to be found, and outright filler, Argo and Silver Linings Playbook aren't exactly the stuff of classic cinema. Still, everyone loves to take a shot at second-guessing the results hidden in those carefully sealed envelopes come Oscar night, February 24th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of the nominations for Best Motion Picture, you can rest assured that Quentin Tarantino's genre masterpiece, Django Unchained, will remain unfettered by the weight of any stinking award. Zero Dark 30 is too politically larded to charm the average notoriously elderly Academy voter. Argo tips the same scales, albeit with significantly less dramatic weight. Beast of the Southern Wild is far too kooky for a win in any of its three categories: Best Film, Best Directing, or Best Actress. How it scored an Academy nomination with its indefensible resort to child abuse is a mystery. As for Les Miserables, suffice it to say, it's no cabaret. Silver Linings Playbook contains some respectable performances, but has all of the narrative impact of a half dose of Alka-Seltzer. With its 10 nominations in various categories, Life of Pi will receive its share of little gold statues. Best Picture won't be one of them. That leaves us flipping a coin between Amour and Lincoln. I forgot about Lincoln by the next day, except for the fact that the movie painted its racist subject as some kind of humanitarian. Cough. Yet I'm still savoring the wellspring of emotions that Amour stirred up. The Achievement in Directing award should go to either Ang Lee for Life of Pi or to Michael Haneke for Amour. But logic based on the past dictates that it go to Michael Haneke alongside his statue for Best Picture. Ben Zeitlin, Beast of the Southern Wild, and David O. Russell, Silver Linings Playbook, will go home empty-handed. That said, Steven Spielberg is likely to be the one making a speech for his Academy no-brainer, Lincoln. A cold glass of irony will sit between Tarantino and Spielberg for their vastly different depictions of slavery in the South. Tarantino's version is a damn sight more cathartic and, oddly, more accurate. Daniel Day-Lewis is a shoo-in for the performance by an actor in a leading role prize, even if Hugh Jackman is more deserving for his superb work on Les Miserables. The Academy could surprise everyone and give it to Jackman. After all, the Oscars are all about surprises, and this year will have its share. Bradley Cooper, Silver Linings Playbook, Denzel Washington, Flight, and Joaquin Phoenix, The Master, will look great in their seats. Well, Cooper and Washington will look elegant in their seats. Joaquin Phoenix will just look uncomfortable and out of place. I'd be bemused, if not entirely surprised, if Emmanuelle Riva didn't win an Oscar for her performance by an actress in a leading role for her overwhelming work in Amour. Her performance stands heads and shoulders above the competition: Jennifer Lawrence, Silver Linings Playbook, Jessica Chastain, Zero Dark 30, Naomi Watts, The Impossible, and the 6-year-old star of Beast of the Southern Wild. Their performance by an actor in a supporting role honor will likely go to Robert De Niro for a Silver Linings Playbook because it's the first bit of respectable acting De Niro has done in recent memory. Personally, I'm blinded by Christoph Waltz's expansive gifts in Django Unchained. I'd put my money on Waltz because, well, it is my money after all, and I know consummate acting when I see it. If you put Waltz and De Niro at the same party, I know which man I'd want to spend a few hours talking to. Tommy Lee Jones suffered from a poorly written part in Lincoln that left audiences scratching their heads. Alan Arkin's lighthearted efforts in Argo came across as throwaway because that's how his part was designed. I'd still watch Alan Arkin read from a phone book and love every second of it. Philip Seymour Hoffman sadly seemed like he was reading from a phone book in Paul Thomas Anderson's hollow excuse for a movie, The Master. Things get interesting in the performance by an actress in a supporting role category. Helen Hunt went over the moon in The Sessions and really does deserve to receive the honor for her transparent portrayal of a sex therapist. Sally Field lit up Lincoln with some much-needed female energy. Anne Hathaway gave an indisputably powerful performance in Les Miserables. Less deserving are Amy Adams, The Master, and Jackie Weaver, Silver Linings Playbook. Remember what I said about filler. The Academy will give the prize to Sally Field. The Best Animated Feature Film category is crammed with worthy rivals. Tim Burton's exquisite Frankenweenie sits agreeably alongside Paranorman, The Pirates, Band of Misfits, and Wreck-It Ralph. Brave, not so much. I'd like to see the Academy give the award to The Pirates, Band of Misfits, but I wouldn't grouse if it went to any of the other nominees, except for Brave. Original screenplay is the one place where Wes Anderson and his co-writer, Roman Coppola, could win the limelight for Moonrise Kingdom. Nonetheless, I believe the Academy will hand over the victory to Michael Haneke for Amour. Obviously, Quentin Tarantino is the correct choice for the prize, but I don't get the sense that the Academy is ready to welcome him into their club just yet. Not that it matters much, since Tarantino already hit the international high watermark when he won the Cannes Film Festival's Palme d'Or in 1994 for Pulp Fiction. The Academy is always a few decades behind. John Gatton's Flight and Mark Bowl, Zero Dark 30, will be left to drown their sorrow in after-party vodka rather than champagne. The squishy category of adapted screenplay will likely favor David Magee, whose Life of Pi hits every grace note of religious predisposition that Academy members lean toward. It still wouldn't be a surprise for Chris Terrio to get his chance to shout out thanks from the Oscar stage for his sugary script version for Argo. The Best Foreign Language Film Oscar should be a cakewalk for Austria's Amour. Other contenders include A Royal Affair from Denmark, No from Chile, War Witch from Canada, and Kon-Tiki from Norway. Hands down, the original score Oscar should go to the redoubtable Thomas Newman for Skyfall. The other nominees are Anna Karenina, Dario Marianelli, Argo, Alexandre Desplat, Life of Pi, Michael Dana, and Lincoln, John Williams. Look for Skyfall to also take the original song trophy. Of the nominees, Skyfall is the only one that audiences will want to sit through, if nothing else, to be wowed by the always mesmerizing Adele. Rival contenders include Before My Time by J. Ralph for Chasing Ice, Everybody Needs a Best Friend by Walter Murphy and Seth MacFarlane for Ted, Pi's Lullaby by Michael Dana and Bombay Jarishi for Life of Pi, Suddenly by Claude Michel Schoenberg, Herbert Kretzmer, and Elan Boulil for Les Miserables. Life of Pi will take the prize for achievement in production direction. Anna Karenina, The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey, Les Miserables, and Lincoln just don't have as much visual oomph. The Achievement in Cinematography Oscar should go to Roger Dinkins for Skyfall, but Life of Pi, Claudia Miranda, could run away with the prize. The other nominees are Anna Karenina, Seamus McGarvey, Django Unchained, Robert Richardson, and Lincoln, Janusz Kaminski. The Achievement in Costume Design statue will be handed to Jacqueline Durran for her great work on Anna Karenina. Aiko Ishioka, Mirror Mirror, and Colleen Atwood, Snow White and the Huntsman, have nothing on Jacqueline Durran. The best kept secret at the Oscars is the documentary category. The exclusion of Ken Burns' The Central Park Five and Amy Berg's West of Memphis are great oversights on the part of the Academy. The Invisible War deserves to take the Oscar considering the competition, but the Academy will likely present the award to the feel-good documentary Searching for Sugar Man. The other contenders are Five Broken Cameras, The Gatekeepers, and How to Survive a Plague. Best Documentary Short Subject is the category that trips everyone up because hardly any of the public has seen any of the offerings. Sean and Andrea Nix Fine's Innocente, about a young homeless artist, is a shoo-in. The other nominees include King's Point, Mondays at Racine, Open Heart, and Redemption. Life of Pi is a lock for the Achievement in Film Editing Oscar, though Zero Dark 30 could squeak out its only prize of the night in this category. Argo, Lincoln, and Silver Linings Playbook don't stand a chance. The Achievement in Makeup and Hairstyling trophy should and probably will go to Hitchcock. The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey and Les Miserables are the other noms. The glory of the Best Animated Short Film Oscar presents one of the most beguiling guessing games the Academy plays. Look for Walt Disney's Paperman to walk away with this one. The other nominees are Adam and Dog, Fresh Guacamole, Head Over Heels, and Maggie Simpson in The Longest Daycare. The category for Best Live-Action Short Film seemingly exists only to tack another 5 minutes to an already overlong Oscar ceremony. Look for Death of a Shadow to walk away with the Oscar. Assad, Bukashi Boys, Curfew Death, and Henry comprise the rest of the candidates. It's bizarre to imagine that Academy voters have the slightest clue about what fulfills the demands of the Achievement in Sound Editing category. On first blush, a movie like Zero Dark 30 would seem to have the requisite amount of woof and whistle to secure an Oscar from Academy voters who don't know that Life of Pi is the title that most deserves the win. Django Unchained, Skyfall, and Argo make up the rest of the films considered in this category. Common sense dictates that the Achievement in Sound Mixing Oscar go to the same film as won the Sound Editing Award. Really, it's just an excuse to give out another trophy to a movie that didn't win in the previous category. Look for Les Miserables to get its just reward here. The other films considered for sound mixing are Argo, Life of Pi, Lincoln, and Skyfall. If you've made it this far into my predictions for the 85th Annual Academy Awards, you probably feel like you've already sat through 3 hours of backslapping and brown-nosing. The Achievement in Visual Effects Oscar should and will go to Ang Lee's Life of Pi. Don't get me started on the other nominees, The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey, Marvel's The Avengers, Prometheus, and Snow White and the Huntsman. I could talk all night. Thanks for watching, and visit ColeSmithy.com for more.